In this video, we've scoured the depths of both the Google Play Store and Apple App Store to bring you the top 10 best ARPG games for Android and iOS in 2023. Whether you are slaying dragons, exploring post-apocalyptic worlds, or battling mythical creatures, we've got something for everyone. But before we jump into the list, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest gaming trends and reviews. Alright, let's get started. First up at number 10, we have Jaeger Monster Hunters. Jaeger is an ARPG where you will have to travel through a mysterious planet called Echoes. Here, you will meet a hunter whose steps you must guide to complete many spectacular missions. In this world, you will be able to contemplate dozens of creatures full of powers that will try to stop your progression at the same time that they will challenge you in exciting combats. In the game, you can customize your warrior with your preferred physical characteristics before traveling to Echoes. After this, you will be ready to meet many dragons that will not make it easy for you to stay alive. On the left side of the interface, you will find a joystick through which you will move your hunter while you execute actions by touching the buttons located on the right. Breaking into number 9, we have Punishing Grey Raven. This is an ARPG that puts you in control of an elite squadron in a battle against all different kinds of robots. It's a fantastic game that stands out for its stylish artistic design and intense fighting. Eliminating enemies becomes an art form in which combos and changes between characters are vital to achieving victory. In this action RPG, you'll experience spectacular confrontations that will make full use of your mobile device's potential. You'll move around in 3D settings where your team of heroes will face all kinds of dangers. The controls are usual in the genre. You will have a virtual D-pad on the left side of the screen to move and action buttons on the right. Coming in at number 8, we have Snowbreak. Snowbreak is a sci-fi ARPG shooter for mobile devices. In it, you enter a futuristic world with incredible graphics and charismatic characters. Snowbreak Containment Zone uses elements of Norse mythology to create an action-packed story where you fight against all kinds of powerful enemies. To defeat the Titans in 2060, the Yggdrasil Corporation created an operational unit called Heimdall with the intention of uncovering the mysteries behind Ground Zero and ultimately the origin of the Titans. This is your mission. Explore a world on the brink of collapse and defeat the Titans. It has a very striking anime-style aesthetic and plenty of characters to help you along the way. It is therefore an adventure full of mysteries and epic battles in which you can choose which members of your unit you want to send into combat. At number 7, we have Dragonair Silent Gods. Dragonair is an interesting game based on Dungeons & Dragons that transports you to a fantasy world. This game for mobile devices surprises for its quality both graphically and in terms of narrative. You can spend hours playing and exploring this fantastic world full of secrets. In addition, after the introduction of the story and the combat tutorial, you will be able to create your own character, the hero of Dragonair. The game manages to introduce classic role-playing mechanics such as dice rolls with other types of mobile games. For example, combat is not turn-based but automatic, although you will be able to decide when to use your skills. And like any good role-playing game, these will depend on the class you choose at the beginning. Down to number 6, we have Torchlight Infinite. This is an ARPG that takes place right after the second installment of the saga created by Runic Games. In the game, it won't take long before you realize the negative influence Ember Ore is causing in this territory. Your mission in the third installment of the saga is to return light to this universe that has been submerged in the deepest darkness. To do so, you play as one of the many available heroes, trying to increase your strength while fighting against your enemies in intense battles. Torchlight Infinite takes you back to the original universe of the saga with renewed vigor. Unlock the best heroes to fight against powerful enemies who would love nothing more than to take control of Torchlight. Moving on to number 5, we have Aether Gazer. Aether Gazer is an ARPG game that mixes action elements with RPG. In the game, you play as Aether Gazer and you have to fight together with your team to eliminate the Shihai. These Shihai have ended the world as you knew it, and you will have to protect the survivors from this catastrophe. The survivors have uploaded their consciousness data to the data network called Gaia Zero. The goal was to escape death and suffering in the real world and create a virtual paradise. However, the Shihai want to put an end to this peace. Real-time combat allows you to use all kinds of attacks against enemies. The single attack with the sword can be performed as many times as you want, but each special attack can be used only once every few seconds, so you will have to wait a few seconds until you can perform them again. Next up at number 4, we have Dan Maki Battle Chronicle. This is an ARPG game based on the anime. It features a large cast of characters dubbed by professional actors. Moreover, its high-quality graphics will undoubtedly immerse you in a fantasy world full of areas to explore and enemies to defeat. In the game, you will experience all kinds of battles where you must use your skills to win. Fortunately, you will have a team to help you overcome all the conflicts. Each character has their own skills and strengths, so you'll have to choose who you want on your team wisely. Also, of course, you will have to level up. The characters in Danmachi Battle Chronicle are very engaging and each has their own personality and story. It also features a Battle Royale game mode where you fight against 7 other players. Coming in at number 3, we have Girl Cafe Gun. This is a popular action and adventure game. Here, you'll find hints of RPG as you experience exciting missions with a group of female warriors. It's up to you to manage the movements of the characters in order to complete each challenge, defeat each enemy, and advance in the game. In Girl Cafe Gun, you'll have an isometric view of all the actions. With the joystick on the left side of the screen, you'll be able to move your characters. And we say characters in the plural because in many situations, you'll have to move 2 characters that will be able to combine their different abilities at the same time. As you advance in Girl Cafe Gun, you'll have to be more and more attentive in order to complete each mission. Next up at number 2, we have Anima ARPG. Anima is a dungeon crawler set in a dark fantasy world, where you can control an adventurer and explore all kinds of monster-infested dungeons. Start a game by choosing one of the 3 available character classes: Warrior, Magician, and Archer. Like most dungeon crawlers in Anima ARPG, your character starts at the bottom, at level 1 with poor quality equipment. That being said, as soon as you enter a dungeon and slaughter some undead and monsters, you'll earn coins, weapons, armor, and above all, experience. Each time you level up, you can improve your character stats and get new skills, so you can keep progressing through the game and killing enemies. Overall, this is an excellent 3D action RPG that manages to create a Diablo-style game for mobile devices. And finally at number 1, we have Devil May Cry. This is the Android adaptation of the Devil May Cry video game series. In this game, you'll find the same hack-and-slash gameplay found in its console and PC counterparts, including combat. In these fights, you can perform a wide variety of attacks and combos to kill the enemies you encounter along the way. The camera has a third-person perspective. You'll have to aim at your enemies manually since there's no automatic option. In the game, you play as Dante, Nero, Virgil, and Lady, all demon hunters known for appearing in other games from this saga. As you advance in the game, you can improve your skills and gain more powerful ones, both of which will help you defeat increasingly difficult enemies. And there you have it, folks. Which one are you most excited to try out? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share with your fellow gamers, and of course, subscribe to Android Tools for more gaming goodness. Until next time, keep gaming and leveling up.